World No Tobacco Day and how it affects our lives, and also the effects of smoking on female fertility. Joining us is Thato Mmako, who is the coordinator for the South African Tobacco Free Youth Forum Tshwane chapter. Thato, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I am well, man, and morning also to the listeners.
Trust me, they are welcoming you with warm arms. So let's talk about this. We have normalized smoking. We've normalized the intake of tobacco. It's almost like when you see someone smoking and driving, it's kind of like it's a normal thing, right? Suddenly drinking and driving, becomes a big problem. But I don't think any substance should be allowed when that's taking place. But today we're focusing on female fertility. Talk to us about that.
Yes. When I say when we talk about there are some things, or rather there are some issues that we tend to ignore as the nation. More especially the issue of smoking and how it affects your broader life. So we must also remember that. The research has found that smoking is also associated with sudden infant death syndrome. In other ways, there are some reasons why women who are smoking, or rather who are exposed to smoking, oftenly get miscarriages. And as much as you could remember, the research also says that in South Africa alone, every year we lose more than 30,000 people as a result of smoking-related illnesses. So, which is a very big problem, and we must, at all material time, try to find resolutions and also familiarize ourselves with what we are involved with. The people who are smoking cannot be blamed, however, simply because maybe they were not making informed decisions. Because I believe if you make informed decisions, you'll be able to consider the consequences of what you're doing. So it is really a conversation that needs to take place so that people do not think we are coming for them or we are taking them. They must just accept that they made decisions that were not informed. There's a way to rectify and also to prevent the younger generation from engaging in such kind of things, yes.
But now, look, for us to have a World No Tobacco Day means there's a problem. It means that we are not facing the problem head on. If there's a commemorative day, to address issues of, tobacco. Do we have an addiction problem to tobacco? Is tobacco addictive? What are some of the agents that make it difficult for people to quit smoking?
Yes, remember, these tobacco products have what we call nicotine. Nicotine is actually one of the chemicals that are extracted from the tobacco leaf. And some, nowadays, they are doing them synthetic. They are doing it in the labs. That is an addictive substance in these products that keeps you hooked into craving and wanting to continue engaging in that smoking. So this nicotine is the one that actually gets you addicted. We are sometimes not aware that it is a social behavior. And remember, we do have a smoking prevalence that is high.
Yeah.
And somebody might ask, what caused this? Because South African culture, more especially in the township, it when you were smoking, you looked like a troublesome person, but now it is idolized as if it is a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
So it is simply because of the plans and the plots that the tobacco industry has always was always involved in. by trying to come up with new products that will attract people. For example, flavored cigarettes, menthol cigarettes, which are the cigarettes that makes it easier for someone to inhale simply because of the flavors and that easy smoke to inhale. So a traditional cigarette that is just a normal cigarette, yes, a person who starts smoking today might somehow feel like it's heavy for them, but then when they come up with flavors and menthols, it becomes easier for them to inhale it. So the more people are starting to be attracted to these things, and the more the industry becomes more innovative in bringing. Actually, there's nothing innovative about these products because they kill people. So when the industry come up with ways to keep on attracting people into consuming these products, that's where we find ourselves having this heavy smoking prevalence. And let me say that the introduction of what we call vape products and these hookah pipes are that problem. It created the problem that we are facing today, because people eventually transition from using vapes to using traditional cigarettes simply because vapes do have a nicotine. You get addicted to a nicotine. Then when you are addicted to that nicotine, you are obviously going to need a stronger deliverance, at which I believe research says that the electronic delivery system, which are sometimes made with a synthetic nicotine, actually gets to your brain faster than the one that is in a traditional cigarette. So you see, the problem is created by things that are created, and then there's a notion of them being people thinking that they are entertainment tools. In other ways, people still believe that vapes and hookah pipes are an entertainment tool. But to tell you the truth, it is smoking, and it is very dangerous as well.
But now, how do we draw the line between businesses operating, those who are selling cigarettes? How do you navigate the balance between business operating and just general capitalism to it being a health risk? I mean, I know that we see the signs on the boxes that says no smoking or smoking kills, or, tobacco is addictive. But I mean, it's kind of similar to, the alcohol signs. People see them and I feel like it's just a formality. But, are we actually addressing it? Do we feel like we have to be more restrictive with who can actually access cigarettes? How do you draw the line?
Through legislative measures, I believe in South Africa, legislations have always been effective. Regulating a product has always been effective. And then let me say, since the now promulgated Tobacco Control Act of 1993 as amended, there has been a lot of changes. Although I was not around by that time, but I have seen what people used to do. People used to just smoke everywhere, anywhere, anyhow. But then since the introduction of that legislation, you can see there is no longer that Rothman's Cup that used to be a whole soccer league. There is no more tobacco sponsorship. There is no more smoking everywhere you go. Now there are restrictions, and now even in clubs there's a specific designated smoking area. And also in all government buildings and other private properties. And now there's a legislation called Tobacco Products and Electronic Delivery Systems Control Bill of 2022, which is now in Parliament making oral public hearings. That legislation, one of elements it proposes is 100% no smoking area in indoors and in public areas and other indoors and outdoor areas, which it is very important for us to support, because when you start addressing this issue, the tobacco industry will think you are attacking their business. We are not attacking their business, we are protecting lives. If their product is there to actually destroy people or destroy lives, it means that there's a problem. It needs to be addressed. And I also sometimes like encouraging, more especially our members of parliament, that we cannot share a boardroom with people who created the problem that we are trying to resolve. They created this problem. We are trying to find measures to control it, because, truly speaking, this is an epidemic. This is a big problem that a lot of people are undermining. But at the end of the day, it's also a very, very huge burden to our health system. So having such legislation as that tobacco control bill, and then we also would like to ensure that the broader public supports this legislation, simply because the industry is against it, because it regulates strictly these products. So the biggest challenge that South Africa is facing today is due to an outdated legislation, and the current proposed legislation, it is the solution for the problem that we're facing today.
But funny enough, the people that you're calling to assist are owning stakes and are shareholders in some of these companies. So it's a catch-22 situation there. And especially after COVID, guys. I mean, COVID really did affect how we navigate life, how we breathe. I know that some people to this day still have breathing problems because of COVID. So the fact that cigarettes are still being sold this easily is kind of crazy to me. But how do we support the forum? How do we assist in any way? Are there any volunteering opportunities for maybe young people who say, listen, we stand with you, but how do we actively do that and become active citizens in our country?
Yes, the forum is open for young people everywhere in this country to come join, and the forum is working together with other organizations. We are not in isolation, because we are part of a big, one of the biggest campaigns in South Africa called Protect Our Next campaign, which has the National Council Against Smoking. It has Cancer Association of South Africa, and there is also Heart and Stroke Foundation. We work hand in hand with these other organizations to expand the footprint, and also ensure that the voice of each and every person counts. Not only young people, but also parents as well, teachers as well, and everybody across who wishes to see this world becoming tobacco free. And let me say that you can get SATFYF on.
Okay, I think we lost sound there. Please repeat that. Thato, please repeat that because I don't want to miss a single moment. You said you can find us at?
You can find us on Facebook at SATFYF 2020. It's SATFYF 2030 on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram. So you can also reach us out at Protect Our Next campaign, also on Facebook and Instagram. You can find us also on LinkedIn. So people must just ensure that there's a website, satfyf.org.za as well. And then there's another website for Protect Our Next, which is protectournext.org.za. And you can actually send an inquiry there. You can join in and have a membership there. You will receive a lot of informative emails there, and there are a lot of chapters. When you reach out, we'll direct you to the closest chapter that is closer to you, so that you are able to become actively participating in these programs. Because I also encourage each and every person, every corner or every bus, every taxi, and in everything, let us have that person who's willing to actually engage in this conversation and keep people talking about these dangers, so that we protect the generation that is yet to come.
Absolutely amazing stuff. Thank you so much for joining us today. We had a lovely time chatting to you, and I'm hoping that young people are active in addressing issues of tobacco. Hopefully we will see some statistics going down, and those who are probably in the tobacco industry, I would highly suggest you maybe look into other industries, because the SATFYF, they're working very, very hard to basically put you out of business. Thank you so much, Thato.
Actually, thank you very much.
Awesome. That was Thato Mmako there, who's a coordinator for the South African Tobacco Free Youth Forum's Tshwane chapter, talking to us about a World No Tobacco Day, which was commemorated yesterday. It is 6:38 Central African time. I'm seeing they keep updating the playlist. It's looking nice. Things are coming up. Are you that person that maybe has like a get up and go song? Let me know on WhatsApp, +27634069126.
The Oasis.